Hey guys, today I have something really exciting. I have Samsung's newest mobile phone. It's the Samsung Galaxy S21 FE 5G edition. I've been using it for more than 2 weeks now, and I'm excited to tell you all about my experiences with it. I have some really cool real-world scenarios that I used its camera array on, and some exciting features that I've tested on this phone. I really liked it. So let's begin by looking at the phone itself. I also did a quick unboxing. As you can see, we don't get much over here. We get the USB-C cable, obviously with the USB-C plug we have on the mobile phone itself, and we have this pin to take out the SIM from the dual SIM tray. That's the box, and that's it. No AC adapter in this box, so that's something you want to make note of when you buy this. That's the mobile phone, and as you can see here, we have the camera array, the back camera array. There are 3 cameras over here, and we have a front-facing camera. We'll talk all about it in a moment. The display, as you can see, is really nice. I liked it a lot. And while using it for the past 2 weeks, it's very bright, and it also has some of Android's 12 best features, which is the extra dim feature. As you can see, I have an icon over here. When I press on it, I go extra dim. This is really exciting news for me, as I'm using my mobile phone a lot during the night, and I really hate watching my phone burn my eyes. So that's a cool feature you get on Android 12, and this phone uses Android 12 as its operating system. There are some more features like the color palettes, which can be changed into your the colors that you like. It's actually derived from the wallpaper that you are using, and the widget thing is really been upgraded on this version. As you can see, I have a note over here. I can read the note even without opening it. It's a notes widget. All the widgets are basically circular. As you can see, they have circled edges, curved edges, and this is the Netflix widget, but you can add a lot more. You can add quick contacts, which are they have some more features than what you used to get with the older widget implementation on Android based devices. So I'm really excited for Android 12. The design is nice, and I like that we can use widgets even more, and that we get this extra dim feature. There are many more features of Android 12, but this is just a summary of what I liked about it. So let's talk about the phone specs and see the photos that I taken with it. Okay, so there are 2 versions of this phone, depends on where you're buying it. The international release basically has the Exynos 2100 CPU, while the China and USA release, which you probably are watching from, as most of my viewers are from the US, has the Qualcomm Snapdragon 888 or 888 5G, which I really like because I have it on most of my other mobile phones. But it's the first time I'm using this Exynos 2100, and you'll see soon that the benchmark results I got from it are really good. So it's nothing like in the past release of the FE where we saw a weaker Exynos CPU. This CPU is actually really good, and it can run most of the games I tested. I mean, it can run all of the games I tested in a really high frame rate. So I liked it a lot, and I've used it a lot in PUBG, in Asphalt, in many more Android games, which are CPU or GPU actually intensive. Let's take a look at the camera array. I think it's really interesting on this phone. It's not as innovative from Samsung to actually put the same camera array we've seen on the Samsung S20 FE, but it's still here, and it's a good camera array. This is the main camera, and I'm going to switch between photos a lot. So you're going to see a lot of different photos, real world scenarios that I took, as you can see, of my sandwich. So I have 3 photos over here. That's the ultra wide, that's the zoom camera, and that's the main camera. The 3 different cameras are in the back area of your phone. The main camera is a 12 megapixel f1.8 26mm wide camera. That's the one you're seeing right now. And the ultra wide camera, that's the one you're seeing right now, is also not in focus in this photo, and I'll talk about it also in a moment. It's a 12 megapixel f2.2 13mm equivalent or 123 degrees ultra wide camera. So that's the ultra wide one. You can also use the zoom lens or camera on this mobile phone, which is an 8 megapixel f2.4 76mm telephoto that has, interestingly enough, optical image stabilization. The main camera also has optical image stabilization, and the ultra-wide doesn't, which is something we're going to see in a moment. In many photos, we don't have enough sharpness because we're lacking this feature. So one feature that you might know about or not is the single take feature. It's on most of Samsung's phone, and I really recommend you use it. This is a video I took, which just looks like nonsense video of me showing food, but in the end, what single take does is it basically creates a lot of photos around this video. It's snapshots from this video, different color schemes, as you can see, more saturation, and it just make sure that it gets enough for you to maybe post on social media, these images, as you can see right now. And it adds these effects automatically. You don't have to do anything. It even creates small video snippets. I really like single take. If you have a Samsung phone, use it. Now let's talk about images from real world scenarios beyond my sandwich. As you can see here, I actually got out and I'm kind of testing the phone in different scenarios when I don't have that much light. And it's really important for me because I do take a lot of photos in these kinds of scenarios. So when using the selfie camera, for example, as you can see, if I turn on the flash, which is basically the screen turning white, I do get a good image. But the problem is I have glasses, so I can see the glass reflection on it. Without it, it's just too dark. The front camera is a great camera, but it's not good enough for nighttime shots where you don't have enough light source. It's a 32 megapixel f2.2 26mm equivalent front camera, and it's not good enough because of that f-stop, which is 2.2. So when we move between these photos, you'll see different options. I moved another scenario and then I switched to the back camera array. So here I have multiple photos, as you can see, but the ultra wide is just not good enough. Again, here the ultra wide is an f2.2 camera, and as you can see right now, it's just not good enough in a place that it's just too dark. If I switch on to the main camera, as you can see right now, I do get a lot more detail, and I can also turn on, I use this flash on in the camera just to see if I get more details in it. It's actually, it's a good photo, but you don't see that much objects in the long range. So it's something that might be important for you. The telephoto camera, as you can see right now, you really lose a lot of detail. You have a lot of noise on it. And when you turn on night mode, you'll see that you get actually better photos. This is the telephoto camera without night mode. You can see the graffiti here in the back. And when you turn on night mode, it's really more sharp. The problem with night mode is that you probably can't use it when you have a moving object because it does take more time to take the photo. This is another photo with night mode of the graffiti. As you can see, a lot more detail. I liked the night mode a lot when you can use it. Here I have a video of me just showing the different cameras in low light situation. So I'm currently using the ultra wide, which as you can see doesn't give out that much detail. When switching to the main camera, you see that we get a lot more detail, whether it's the detail on the road or the even the back part that's very far away of the photo. The sign is more detailed. When we switch to the zoom or the telephoto lens, you'll see that we lose even more. It's kind of not usable at this point, but you still have the option to use it if you want. Just not that much detail. The ultra wide, again, there's a big difference in colors when switching between main cameras to ultra wide, but that's something that you have to deal with when using different types of cameras, like you just saw. So switching between cameras in night mode usually is not a good idea from my experiences with any mobile phone. If you do take selfies, you get great sound, by the way, and sorry for my language, it's not English. You're gonna hear it right now.
יכולים לראות לבד איך זה נראה, התאורה יחסית חלשה, וגם יש רעשים סביבתיים כמו רוח ומכוניות לידי.
I am doing this video review in multiple languages. That's why that's not in English. I promise you guys, next time I'm going to record my selfie video in English. Anyway, the sound is crisp. I really like it. The ambient sound also gets well into the microphone. And this is a selfie taken in 4K resolution. Always take your selfies in low light in 4K. So then you can downscale the entire image and also downscale the noise which you're going to get, because you're using a camera that is not really suitable for low light. There's a bunch of photos coming up of food. So if you are hungry, go eat something before you watch this part. I'm going to show you the differences between the three cameras now in good lighting scenario. So this is the ultra wide, this is the wide, which is your main camera, and this is the telephoto. And all of these shots are really, really great photos. I like them all. It's a nice place, obviously, but they are all very crisp and you get a lot of detail. I like it a lot. The camera array on this phone, like I started the video with, is a good camera array. It's not new, but it's still, in my opinion, a good camera array. When taking close-up photos of food, obviously with the main camera, that's going to be your best choice. And you're going to see that the background is a bit blurred. That's the main camera with a photo of me, as you can see. And one thing I want to point out in this photo is that the background, as you can see, is really detailed and the dynamic range is just awesome. So that's something that you don't get in many cameras, and on this main camera, on this phone, you do get it. Here's another shot of that. I love the main camera on this mobile phone. You get amazing shots from it. Some food photos, the ultra wide, as you can see again, doesn't get the focus right on this photo. It's just, the object is just too close, so you lose focus. That's another example of something that we saw with the sandwich before. If we switch between the different cameras, you see that the telephoto is doing an amazing job with the oil over here. It does seem like a bit too sharp, I'm guessing, but it's still a good photo, and that's the main camera up close. It's the same position, it's the same, we are farther away, we are not farther away, we are in the same position when taking both of these photos, just using different cameras. So that's another photo, a main camera here, that's the one you want to use when taking videos and photos of food. And yeah, that's another another video over here that's gonna make you hungry, I'm guessing. So if you're a vegetarian or something else. But yeah, the shots from the main camera on this phone, I love them. They are amazing. I'm actually 11.7 reviewer on Google Maps. So if I'm telling you this, believe me, I've taken a lot of photos and videos of food. So yeah, sushi shots, really amazing shots, great color from the images. They look authentic. That's how I remember the meal to look like. It's not as tasty, by the way. It was too salty, way too salty for my taste. I even had this meal returned, but in the end, it does get a lot of good photos. So that's the slow motion mode on the phone, and as you can see the smoke on the top of the food. It's not as good in terms of quality. I feel like even though we get a blurred background, it does seem like a bit choppy. It kind of seems like there's not enough details and something happened to the colors. So something goes wrong when you use this mode. It's still a nice video if you want to post it somewhere, but you'll have to do a lot of editing. Just look at the amount of details on the main camera that you get with this phone. It's amazing. That's the obviously in sushi, that's the omelette in sushi. Another sushi shot, another one, and another one. All look great. Look at this telephoto shot of the sushi. A lot of details. I love it. That's the main camera. That's the telephoto. All do a really good job. That's a video of me speaking to the camera, and that's using the selfie camera. And something I really want to point out is that you feel like the best way to probably take a selfie video would be with the main camera, so not seeing yourself, because you don't have OIS with this camera. And just look at the shakiness of this camera. It's not something that I like. When using the main camera, it's a lot more stable, and I like the video over here a lot. That's a different video. We're seeing the ultra wide, we're seeing the main camera, and we are seeing the zoom, 3x zoom camera here. So good camera array. You just have to decide which one to use every time. An ice cream, I'm killing you guys today, I know. An ice cream photo with the main camera, and now I think it's enough. We've seen enough when it comes to food and the camera array on this mobile phone. One thing I want to point out is that I talked about the CPU before, and here you can see on Geekbench the score that it got. I really think it's good enough. I mean, definitely for me, it got a single core rating of 1101 and a multi-core rating of 3380. I said it correctly the second time. I know I have problems with my English. That's regarding the CPU. Other than that, we have a USB-C jack, so that's something that you get on all of the Android phones these days. Dual SIM tray, so you can use both of your SIM. In my case, if you have more than one, it supports 5G, which is great. The battery on it is not as good as I wanted. It's a 4,500 milliamps per hour battery, and you get a charge rating of 25 watts. Nowadays, I kind of expect more. I have my personal phone, by the way, is the Xiaomi one, and it has, I think it charges up in like 17 minutes. It has an ultra fast, extreme quick charge mechanism. It's insane. So I want more than 25 watts when you call something a quick charge mechanism. And I think that's it. That's most of the things I can tell you guys after using it for more than 2 weeks. There are two options for this device. You can get it in the 8 gigabytes RAM version or the 12 gigabytes RAM version, and you can also, so it's an 8 or 6 gigabytes RAM version, and you can get it in a 128 gigabyte storage or 256 gigabyte storage. I'm going to put links in the description of this video for more information on pricing, on where you can get it. The pricing here is reasonable for what you get. Like I mentioned before, I think the camera array here is good. If you do take a lot of nighttime photos, maybe you want to look at something else, or wait for the Galaxy S22. Like always, I hope I'm gonna be able to show you more of my experiences with Samsung phones. So when the Galaxy S22 is gonna be released, I'm gonna also do a quick review like I did this time with my food photos. I hope you enjoyed this video. I did making it. I'm going to put 2 video recommendations over here for you to watch, another one over here, and the option to subscribe if you haven't done so already over here. I have some cool gadgets I'm working on, including a car review. I'm not kidding you guys. So definitely subscribe if you want to see my future reviews. Thank you very much for watching this video. I'm going to see you soon. Bye bye.